Coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. He's in the top tier of the league, 5th in receiving yards so far this season. It's the Bills and the Desperados, and it's all up next.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between our visitors and the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis and CD, you look at the Bills in this matchup, but with how good they have been, it's not often that we can say they come into a game truly facing a challenge, but Charles, that's the case this week.
Absolutely. What a challenge it is, because they're now coming into this one and they don't exactly have a clear advantage, something that they usually possess in every game they play with the way that they throw the football. I can't wait to see if they change things, if they emphasize different things than we've seen throughout this season, how they go about trying to move the ball downfield.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 42 on the play.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. Buying time to his left. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. From the 41, Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Singletary, they'll run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you presented it. It's tricky because you're playing for the ultimate goal, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 now. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Desperados have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a
Singletary loses it.
It's going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
They'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Desperados have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. To throw, it's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
4 yards remain for second down.
Now Allen.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. To the air, Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Allen to throw it.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Allen now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
They'll run on first down with Singletary.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Allen.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. They had lots of leg behind it. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. 1 back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And this offense on 3rd down today, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and a mile. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet, just because I want to wait until the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Allen now looks to throw. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen going to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Houston set to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception, and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, back.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drill getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now a dump off here complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, Do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get it. Drive for Ayuk, but it's intercepted.
Able to slither by, and they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, first and goal.
They go play action here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They go option right on second and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback. A 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Desperados are able to add on to their first half lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Bills going to take over again on offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
Houston's offense taking over again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Complete to number 44. A gain of 4 yards. First down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Now a little try again on second down. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Christian Kirk, what a game. Over 200 yards receiving with...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinch the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue. This offense #1 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and that makes it hard to defend.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
and he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. Here's 2nd and 8. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
A 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
4th down and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage there, able to bat it down.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. That's pulled in at the 32. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Complete to number 81. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Smith red, yellow, line, check white.
They'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Play action. Now it's Allen.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Check, pinch, black walk, blue, check, switch, yellow.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Opposite, reach, Smith, ready.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They come up short here on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And finding room to work, he's got it. 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. He's happy about this play. Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So after the INT, it's Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Throwing again on second down. Allen flushed out, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is fielded at the 27.
A nice little juke.
And now out comes Houston.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. On second down, there's the option going left. And down inside the 15 he goes. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Yellow, line, ready, go.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been And
he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal.
Just shy of the goal line. A gain of 8 brings up second and goal.
Smith red. Yellow. Line. Check white.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Desperados are pouring it on.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now out come the Bills.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Allen now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And the Bills getting set to go.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. From the gun, it's Allen. And now here's another interception. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Blue check. Switch. Yellow. Opposite. Green.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a pickup of 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The tackle by Paxton Hill. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now Allen. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for our visitors,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.